Hello everyone, I'm Shivani and welcome to Civil Series. So first question, which of the following estimate mostly resembles a detailed estimate? So here are four options. First one is item rate estimate. This is one of the type of estimate. Rough estimate, this is not the type of estimate. Then annual maintenance estimate, this is also not the type of estimate, and quantity estimate. Okay, first and last both are the type of estimate, but here the estimate mostly resembles the detail estimate is. Okay, so before discussing that, we discuss the type of estimates here first. So first one is preliminary estimate. Preliminary estimate. So preliminary estimate is that estimate which is calculated approximately. Approximate estimate. And here this preliminary estimate is calculated initially. Then second one is quantity estimate. So quantity estimate is that estimate in this the list of materials to complete the work, the list of material required to complete the work. This is nothing but the quantity estimate. Then next is revised estimate. Revised estimate. So revised estimate is that estimate in which the sanctioned project estimate or cost increases and which is more than 5%, then this revised estimate is formed. The next one is fourth is supplementary estimate. So this supplementary estimate is if the work is in progress, and some estimate and some material is may be required during the work progress, so that estimate is considered under the supplementary estimate. The next is complete estimate. So in case of complete estimate, each and every material, labor cost, every cost is considered under the complete estimate, all things considered here. Okay, and last one is item rate estimate. Okay, in case of item rate estimate, specification, then design charts, drawing or plans. Okay, each and everything is mentioned in this estimate, and this item rate estimate resembles the detail estimate. Okay, so here the option number 1 is correct, which is item rate estimate. This item rate estimate resembles the detailed estimate. Okay, the next question is question number 2. What is the minimum distance between the specified position of bridge? What is the minimum distance between the specified position on the bridge? So answer of this question is clearance. Clearance is the minimum distance between the specified position on bridge. Okay, so what about this bearing? So bearing is nothing but a provided support provided for superstructure in abutment and piers. Okay, the next, a flux is nothing but rise in water level, rise in water level due to obstruction, due to obstruction of bridge, due to obstruction of bridge. Then last one is waterways. So waterway is nothing but length of water level between the extreme edges, length of, okay, here I correct this, length between extreme edges of water level, length between extreme edges of water level from bridge is nothing but a water V. Okay, so this is about the question number 2. Here clearance is minimum distance between the specified position on bridge. Then next question. Third question. What is the rise in the level of river water due to obstruction of bridge? Okay, rise in the level of river water due to obstruction of bridge is nothing but the afflux. Okay, afflux is the rise in the level of water due to obstruction of bridge. So option third is correct here. So what about the high flood level? So high flood level is the maximum rise in the level of water, due to rainfall, due to rainfall or runoff. Okay, then next, runoff. Runoff is the water, maximum water can absorb by body, okay, or by surface. If that surface reach to its maximum level of absorption and remaining water does not absorb by the surface, or the water which is more than absorption capacity of the surface, is nothing but a runoff. Then next is freeboard. So freeboard is the vertical distance between the water level. Okay, suppose this is the water level, okay, and this is the top of restraint, okay, and the vertical distance between the water level and the top of restraint is nothing but a freeboard. So this distance is freeboard. This is about the question number 3. Then next question is, then question number 4, on cement concrete roads the camber is generally provided. Okay, here first we know about the camber. So camber is nothing but a cross slope, which is provided on middle of road surface, along transverse along transverse direction, along the transverse direction to drain off the water, okay, for that this camber is used. Okay, and this camber is of 3 type. First, this is straight type camber, second parabolic camber, and third is composite camber. Okay, so these are the 3 types of cambers. Then next, here they ask about the cement concrete road. Okay, based on the material there are 4 types of the cambers. Okay, based on material cambers are, next, the high rainfall or the heavy rainfall values are different for the camber, and light rainfall values are different for the camber. Light rainfall. Okay, so here first value is about the cement concrete road. Second is about the thin bituminous. Third is water-bound macadam, WBM, water-bound macadam and gravel. And last, fourth one is earthen roads. roads. Okay, so here how to remember the values of camber. So first we remember the values in terms of percentage. Okay, here 1.7%, here 2%, next 2%, here 2.5%, then here 2.5%, here 3%, here 3%, and here is 4%. Okay, in terms of percentage. In terms of ratio, here the value is 1 in 60, here 1 in 50, same 1 in 50 here, 1 in 50, 1 in 40, 1 in 40, here 1 in 33, here 1 in 33, and here last one is 1 in 25. Okay, these are the values of camber. Here they ask about the cement concrete road. So the option similar to these option is 1 in 48 to 1 in 60. Okay, this is nearly equal. So option number 3rd is correct here. Next question. Then next question, question number 5. What will be the theoretical maximum capacity to nearest 10 units for a single lane of highway, given that the speed of the traffic stream is 40 kmph, 40 kilometers per hour, kmph. Okay, so here to calculate this maximum capacity, the formula is C is equals to 1000 V by S. Okay, by S. This C is nothing but a capacity in vehicle per hour. Okay, then V is speed in kmph, and S is nothing but a minimum clear distance between two vehicles, S is equals to 0.2 into V plus 6. S is equals to 0.7 V plus 6. Okay, this is the value for the C, values for the S. Okay, then put the given values into this formula. So C is equals to, here this C is equals to 1000 into V is 40 divided by, here this 40 is given in the kilometer per hour, kmph. So this formula is for kmph and this formula is for meter per second. Okay, so here 0.2 into V plus 6. Put the values into this formula. So 1000 into 40 divided by 0.2 into 40 plus 6. So after calculation, you get the C value, capacity value as 2860 vehicle per hour. Okay, so this is the answer for this question. So here option number 2 is correct. The next question. Question number 6. As per IRC, the maximum value of super elevation in hilly roads not bound by snow should not be more than. Okay, here is one chart for the super elevations value. For super elevation value, so super elevation for, and here the maximum values of super elevation as per IRC. Okay, in that different conditions are there. First condition is super elevation for plain and rolling terrain. Second condition is bound by snow, and third one is not bound by snow. Okay, these are the three conditions here. Then the value for the first condition, plain and rolling terrain, is 7%, means 1 in 15. 1 in 15. Then second is 7%, 1 in 15. And last one is 10%. Okay, 10% is value for not bound by snow. So here the option number second, here the option number not second, option number third is 10%. So option number third is correct here. The next question is question number 7 is the soil which can store water and allow a small quantity to flow. First, it store water and allow a small quantity to flow over it over a long period is called as. Okay, here there are four terms. We'll discuss the four terms one by one. In that, first one is aquitard. Second is aquifer. Third term is aquiclude. And fourth one is aquifuse. Okay, remember the order. First aquitard, aquifer, aquiclude, aquifuse. Remember it as TFCF. Okay, here TFCF. Okay, last is fuse. Okay, remember last is fuse, TFCF. Here the examples for this is silty, second dash, third is clay, and fourth one is rock. Okay, these are the examples. Next, how to identify which is aquifer, aquitard, aquiclude and aquifuse. For that, first this structure is porous. This is porous and non-porous. Okay, then porous and less permeable. Then this is porous and permeable. Third one is porous and impermeable. And last one is non-porous and non-permeable. Okay, this is about the aquitard, aquifer, aquiclude and aquifuse. Here the soil which can store water. First it store water and allow a small quantity to flow over it over a long period of time. Permeable means it releases water fastly. Impermeable means not releases water. Non-permeable, it also not allow the water to flow through it. Then this condition is suitable here. Less permeable means it require a long time to flow. Okay, so the option number second is correct here, which is aquitard. The next question is, then question number 8, statements are given. First statement is Terzaghis bearing capacity theory assumes strip foundation in the analysis. Yes, they assume a strip foundation for the analysis. Then second, Terzaghi theory does not consider the development of shear resistance. Here does not consider the development of shear resistance in the soil mass which is above the foundation level. Both the statements are correct. Here they consider a strip foundation, and next the shear strength is not considered in the soil mass which is above the foundation level. Both the statements are correct here. So option number first is correct. The next question. Question number 9 is a column with maximum equivalent length has. Okay. First of all, we'll see the chart of equivalent length. So equivalent length here, equivalent length for conditions, for different conditions. Okay. First condition is when both the ends are hinged. When both the ends are hinged, then the equivalent length is L. Second, if both the ends are fixed, both the ends are fixed, then the equivalent length is L by 2. L by 2. The next condition is, third one is, when one end is fixed and another end is hinged, then equivalent length is L by root 2. The next, fourth one is, if one end is fixed and another one is free, then the equivalent length is 2L. So by seeing this chart, they ask about the maximum equivalent length. So here in this chart, the maximum equivalent length is 2L, and 2L is maximum equivalent length for the condition that one end is fixed and another end is free. So in the option number 4, one end is fixed and other end is free. Okay, so here the option number 4 is correct. If both ends are hinged, the equivalent length is L. If both ends are fixed, equivalent length is L by 2. If one end is fixed and other end is hinged, equivalent length is L by root 2. When one end is fixed and other end is free, equivalent length is 2L. The next question is question number 10. The deflection at center of simply supported beam of span L which is subjected to concentrated load W at its midspan. Okay, so there are different conditions of the beams with different loadings for the slope and deflection. So first we'll see the conditions. So in that, first condition is, first the type of beam or the type of condition or beam. Okay, first is, this is cantilever beam with a moment at its end. Then second, cantilever beam with point load. Third one is cantilever beam with UDL. Then fourth one is cantilever beam with uniformly distributed load UVL. Then next is simply supported beam with point load at its center. This is L by 2, L by 2. This is W. Then simply supported beam with UDL. Simply supported beam with UDL. Okay, these are the different conditions. So movement for these conditions are, okay, let me draw first. So here the movement for the first condition is, movement is, if this is M, movement is equals to M. This is W, this is L, W into L. Here L is here, WL square by 2. For this, WL square by 6, WL by 4 and WL square by 8. Okay, these are the movements for these different loading conditions for different beams. Then next is slope. So first of all, the slope formula, to find out the slope value, there are simple calculations. Okay, by these simple calculations, you remember all the values of the different conditions. So first is ml by EI. Second is ml by 2 EI. Third one is ml by 3 EI. Fourth one is ml by 6 EI. ml by 4 EI. Okay, then here reverse the value, ml by 4 EI and ml by 3 EI. This is about the slope. Okay, so first we see the short forms or the short terms to derive the formula. Then for deflection the terms are, here L by 2, 2L by 3, 3L by 4, 4L by 5, then L by 3, 5L by 16. Okay, so these are the small values to derive the formula. Here how to calculate the value? First I solve for the first beam, cantilever beam with the movement. Okay, to find out the slope value, just put the value or replace the value of m with the moment. So here if I replace this m with this m, the value is ml by ei, ml by ei. Okay, and multiply this slope with L by 2, ml by ei. So this value is nothing but a deflection, which is ml square divided by 2ei. Okay, this is how you calculate the remaining values. But here they ask for simply supported beam with point load. So for this we calculate here. So replace this m with WL by 4. So the value is WL by 4 into L divided by 4EI. Okay, so this is what the calculation. If we done this calculation, then we get the WL square divided by 16EI as a slope. If we put this value into a multiplication for this L by 3, then WL square divided by 16EI equals to WL cube divided by 48EI. Okay, here this value is in option number 1. So option number 1 is correct for this question. The next is question number 11. A roof with slope in all four directions. Slope is in all four directions with break in each slope. With break in each slope is known as, okay, if slope is present on each four directions and with a break, then that slope is nothing but a mansard. That slope is nothing but a mansard. So here option number first is correct. Then what about the remaining roof? So deck roof is that roof which is provided with a four direction slope. But here the top part is flat. And the remaining part is with a four direction slope. The next is mat roof. Mat roof is nothing but a flat roof. Okay, slope is not present here. Mansard roof is also known as French roof. The next question is, then question number 12. Which is the code used for the classification of timber for seasoning purpose? Okay, here the first code is used for the identification of commercial timber. And the last one is for classification of commercial timber, and zonal distribution. Okay, then this second one is used for the method of testing small specimens of timber. And this third one is used for the classification of the timber for seasoning purpose. So here option number third is correct for the question number 12. The next question is question number 13. Which of the following statement is not true for the moment distribution method? In that, first statement is the moment distribution method was first introduced by Hardy Cross in 1932. So first statement is correct. Second statement is the moment distribution is suitable for the analysis of specific types of intermediate beams only and not. So here after this not, here the statement is for rigid frame, and the state after this cy, the statement is cycles each converging towards the final result. Okay, so here we read it again, the second statement. The movement distribution is suitable for the analysis of specific type of intermediate beams only and not for rigid frames. Okay, so here the statement second is not correct, because the analysis of specific types of intermediate, it is suitable for all beams and frame. Okay, suitable for all beams and frame. So this is the correct option, correct option, but for this question this is not true. Here we read the remaining options. It is also called as the relaxation method, and it consists of successive approximation using the series of cycles, each converging towards the final result. So this statement is true. The next, the movement distribution is an iterative method for solving an indeterminate structure. Yes, this option is also correct, true statement. But in the question they ask that which statement is not true. So here the option number second, option number 2 is not true statement for the movement distribution method. So the correct option for the question number 13 is option number 2. The next question is, then question number 14, an RCC column is regarded as long column if the ratio of its unsupported length between its least lateral dimension is more than in case of unsupported length, the least lateral dimensions are depend upon the slenderness ratio, and for the long column the slenderness ratio is 60. Okay, here the unsupported length is used for the long and short column. So for question number 14, option number second is correct. The next question. Then question number 15. In mixed design for M25 concrete, the assumed standard deviation for estimation of target mean strength of concrete mix as recommended by IS 456-2000 in Newton per mm square. Okay, here is a chart for the assumed value of standard deviation for the initial calculation as per the IS 456-2000. Okay, here in the question they asked about the M25 grade. So in this chart for the M25, the standard deviation is 4 Newton per mm square. So option number 2 is correct here. And these are the remaining values for M10, M15, 20 up to M55. The next question is question number 16. The maximum value of effective slenderness ratio as per IS 800 for tension member in which the reversal of direct stresses occurs due to loads other than wind and seismic load. So here in this chart, the tension member in which the reversal of direct stresses due to the loads other than wind and seismic, the slenderness ratio is 180. Here, a members normally acting as a tie in a roof trusses or in a bracing, and that are subjected to reversal of the action of wind or earthquake load. Here the action of wind and earthquake load, then the slenderness ratio is 350, and if the members are always under tension, then the slenderness ratio is 400. So here in the question they ask about the loads other than wind or seismic forces. Then here the option number D is correct, which is 180. The next question is, then question number 17. What is the carbon content percentage in mild steel? So mild steel is considered under the low carbon content steel. So the content for the mild steel is 0.15 to 0.3%. Here the last option is correct for the carbon content of mild steel. The next question, question number 18. In critical path method of construction planning, free float can be. Okay, here free float can be, first option is greater than total float. Free float is not greater than the total float, means free float is not greater than the total float. Then second is greater than independent float. Okay, this second option is correct. Then equal to total float, this is also correct. And then last option, less than the independent float. So the free float is not less than the independent float, free float is more than the independent float. So here second and third option is correct. So option number 2 is correct, that only 2 and 3 are correct. The next is question number 19. In a bar chart, the vertical axis represent. So for bar chart, this is the graph. On x-axis represent time and y-axis represent activities. Okay, here two important sentences. First sentence is activities shown on, and second is activities shown by. Activities shown by. So for first, activities shown on vertical axis or y-axis, and second shown by horizontal line and bar. Okay, then in the question, the bar chart, in a bar chart the vertical axis represents the various activities of project. So here option number 4 is correct. Then next is question number 20. The expected outturn in cubic meter of reinforced brickwork per mason per day is. This is the chart for expected outturn. First, cement concrete outturn is 5. For lime concrete in foundation 8.5. For reinforced brickwork 1. For RCC work 3. Brickwork in lime or cement mortar in foundation and plinth is 1.25. So here option first is correct. The expected outturn for the reinforced brickwork is 1. Next question. Question number 21. A line joining some fixed points on main survey line is called as. A line joining some fixed points on main survey line is tie line. Okay, so option second is correct, and the explanation of this check line, tie line, chain line and base line is explained in the short notes video of surveying in detail. Okay, the next question is question number 22. What must be the radius of circular curve for railway of chord length 30 meter where the degree of curvature is 2 degree? There are two formulas for different two conditions. First, when chain length is 30 meter, and second 20 meter. If chain length is 20 meter, the formula for the degree of curvature is D is equals to 1719 by R, and if that chain length is 20 meter, then degree of curvature is 1146 by R. Okay, here the chord length is 30 meter. So this formula is used to calculate the radius of curvature or radius of circular curve. So here the value of D is 2 degree. So put that value into the formula. R is equals to 1719 divided by D. 1719 divided by 2 degree, and that R is equals to 860 meter. So here option number third is correct, which is 860 meter. The next is question number 23. Zero hardness of water is achieved by. These are the three methods for determining the hardness. First one is lime soda softening, second is zeolite softening, and third is ion exchange process. So for zero hardness of water is determined by the ion exchange process. So here option number 3 is correct, and this is the difference between the three methods of hardness. The next is question number 24. Which type of odor characteristics is not used for classifying odor of a given water sample as per IS 3025 part 5 19832? Okay, in case of odor characteristics as per this IS code, there are four characteristics. In that, first one is sweetness, degree of sweetness, then degree of punginess, and third is degree of smokiness, and last one is degree of roughness. Degree of roughness. So these are the four degree or four odor characteristics, but the degree of turbidity is not the characteristic. So here they ask about not used. So option number first is correct here. The next, then last question, question number 25. Degree of kinematic indeterminacy of given beam is, okay, to find out the degree of kinematic indeterminacy, dk is equals to 3j minus re. So here joints are, this is first joint, second joint, 3 into 2 minus. Reactions are, here for fixed beam 3 reactions are there, and for roller 1. So Re is equals to 4, 6 minus 4 equals to 2. So this 2 is the dk for this given beam. And there is one another method to find out the degree of kinematic indeterminacy, which is, okay, so here the fixed beam is given. If fixed beam is there, then the degree of freedom for fixed beam is 0 and the degree of freedom for the roller support is 2. By adding the degree of freedom, summation of degree of freedom is equals to dk. So here 0 plus 2 equals to 2. So this is how you calculate the kinematic indeterminacy, and the degree of freedom for the rigid frame is 3 and for the hinge support is 1. Okay, so this is all about the test series and the questions, and thank you for watching. First question. The bearing of line AB is 150 degree 15 minutes and the angle ABC between line AB and BC is 110 degree to 30 minutes as shown in the given figure. What is the bearing of line BC? Okay, bearing of line BC. So formula to find out the back bearing is back bearing equal to 4 bearing plus minus 180 degree. There is one another formula which is for included angle. Included angle is equals to 4 bearing of next line minus back bearing of previous line. These are the two formulas used to find out the bearing of line BC. Okay, so first back bearing is, this is the 4 bearing for line AB. So 150 degree 15 minutes. Here we take plus because if 4 bearing is less than 180 degree, then take the sign as positive. If 4 bearing is more than 180 degree, then take minus sign. So here plus 180 degree. So answer is 330 degree 15 minutes. Okay. So for included angle, the formula is 4 bearing of BC because 4 bearing of next line is here. So 4 bearing of BC minus back bearing of AB because back bearing of previous line. So 4 bearing of BC is, here included angle is 110 degree to 30 minutes equals to 4 bearing of BC minus back bearing is 330 degree 15 minutes. So 4 bearing of BC is equals to 440 degree to 45 minutes. Then back bearing of, then 4 bearing of this BC is more than 360 degree. So that's why minus 360 degree from this value. So here we get 80 degree 45 minutes as a 4 bearing of BC. So option number second is correct here. The next question. Question number 2. The magnetic bearing of Sun at noon is 178 degree. The magnetic declination at the place is. The magnetic declination at the place is. Formula is true bearing is equals to magnetic bearing plus minus magnetic declination. Okay. So here magnetic declination in case of whole circle bearing, magnetic declination is for west take negative, for east take positive. Here they mentioned sun at noon means west. Okay, so answer is positive, means answer is in east. Okay, option number second, this is your answer. But okay, this is by trick, but by solving you get true bearing at noon is 180 degree, magnetic bearing is 178 degree. So here plus minus MD, 180 degree minus 178 degree equals to magnetic declination, and this is 2 degree and positive value. So here east is 2 degree east is the correct answer. So here option number second is correct. The next question. Third question. Which of the following statements is are incorrect about the prismatic compass? So first statement is the needle is broad but it does not act as an index. So first statement is correct. Second, the graduated ring is attached with the needle and this does not rotate along with the line of sight. This is also correct. Then third one is the reading are taken directly seeing through the top of the glass. Okay, so this is not correct. Reading is not directly taken through the top of the glass. So here option number 3 is correct, only C. The next question is question number 4. The process of adding water to lime to convert it into hydrated lime. This process is nothing but a slaking. So here option number 4 is correct. The slaking is process of adding water to lime to convert it into a hydrated lime. The next question is then fifth question. As per IS 456-2000, what is the maximum free water to cement ratio of an M20 grade of reinforced concrete under mild exposure condition? So for this the IS 456 give a one table, and that table is this. In this table, minimum cement content, then minimum cement content, maximum free water cement ratio, and minimum grade of concrete is mentioned. So here the grade of concrete is M20. So for M20, the maximum free water cement ratio is 0.55. So here the option first is correct, which is 0.55. The next question. Sixth question. What is the permissible limit of organic matter present in water for mixing concrete as per IS 456-2000? So for permissible limits, there is one chart by IS 456-2000, and this is the chart. In this chart, the type of solids and the maximum permissible limits are given. So here they ask about the organic matter. So for organic matter, the maximum permissible limit is 200 mg per liter. Okay, so for inorganic 3000 mg per liter, for sulfate 400 mg per liter, for chlorides 2000 mg per liter. For second, for chlorides in RCC, here this is in concrete, this is in RCC which is 500 mg per liter. Then for suspended matter 2000 mg per liter. So here option number last, fourth option is correct. 200 mg per liter is a maximum permissible limit of organic matter. The next question. Then seventh question. Maximum energy that a given component can absorb without undergoing any permanent deformation up to elastic limit is known as without any permanent deformation. So here this is known as a proof resilience. Proof resilience is the maximum energy that a given component can absorb without undergoing any permanent deformation up to its elastic limit. Okay, so next term is modulus of resilience. Modulus of resilience, which is depend upon this proof resilience. Okay, so proof resilience per unit volume is nothing but a modulus of resilience. Okay, then second question. Question number 8. A cantilever beam of T cross section carries uniformly distributed load. Where does the maximum magnitude of bending stress occurs? Okay, so for bending stress, there is one formula, and that formula is M by I is equals to sigma by Y equals to E by R. Okay, so here the sigma is a bending stress and Y is the centroidal axis distance from the edge. Okay, from the last or extreme fibers, and here this sigma 1 or this sigma is directly proportional to this Y. So in case of T section, the centroidal axis is near to the flange section. So here this y1 is smaller than this y2. y1 is smaller than y2 means y2 is greater than y1. Okay, so here if y1 is less than y2, then sigma 1 is also less than sigma 2. Means here they ask that maximum magnitude of bending stress occurs at. So maximum bending stress occurs at bottom, means at the sigma 2 distance, this distance from the central axis to the bottom edge. So here at the bottom of the section the maximum magnitude of bending stress occurs. So here last option is correct. Then next is ninth question. A beam has a triangular cross section having base B, altitude h. If the section of the beam is subjected to a shear force F, the shear stress at the level of neutral axis in the cross section is given by. Okay, so here the shear stress at the level of neutral axis is. So in case of triangular section, this is a triangular section, and in the triangular section this height is h. Okay, about the neutral axis, this is the line about the neutral axis, and this line is h by 3. They ask about the neutral axis, and here for the neutral axis the tau max means the shear stress is equals to 4 by 3 times of tau average. And if they ask about the half axis or at the center, so this is h by 2 distance, and for h by 2 the value of tau, this value is maximum, and here this value is at the neutral axis. So here tau maximum is 3 by 2 tau average, 3 by 2 tau average. But here they ask about the neutral axis, so here we take the shear stress value tau at neutral axis is equals to 4 by 3 tau average. Here 4 by 3 divide into F by A. Here 4 by 3 into F divided by A. Area value is half base into height. Okay, so this is the base for the triangle B. And after calculation we get 8F divided by 3BH. So this is the shear stress about the neutral axis. So here option third is correct, which is 8F divided by 3BH. The next question. Question number 10. Maximum slenderness ratio for tension members shall not exceed. So this is the table for the slenderness ratio by IS 800 2007. So here in the first, the type of member is given. So here compressive load resulting from the dead load and imposed load, for that slenderness ratio is 180. Then second, a tension member in which the reversal of direct stresses occurs due to the loads other than wind and seismic load, 180 is a slenderness ratio. Then in the third, wind or earthquake action combination of wind and earthquake action, then slenderness ratio is 250. In compression flange of a beam against lateral torsional buckling, for compressional flange, remember 300 as a slenderness ratio. The next, a member normally acting as a tie in a roof truss or bracing system not considered effective when subjected to a possible reversing stress into the compression resulting from the action of wind and earthquake. In case of compression, then remember 350 as a slenderness ratio. Then last one is members always under tension other than pre-tension member is 400. So here the slenderness ratio for the tension condition is 400. So your option, here the last option, option number 4 is correct, which is 400. The next question. Then question number 11. What is the effective length of the column when effectively restrained against the translation at both ends? And second is restrained against rotation at only one end. Okay, this is the chart for the effective length. These are the boundary conditions and these are the effective lengths. So here the first condition is restrained against translation at both end. So here in this condition, in sixth and in seventh condition, the translation is restrained here, but second condition is restrained against rotation at only one end. Okay, so here free and free, both rotations are free. Here both rotations are restrained, but here one rotation is restrained, another one is free. So this condition is applicable here. So the value for the given condition is 0.8 L. So your option number first is correct. This is printing mistake. So 0.8 L is the correct option. Then next question. Question number 12. The design of bolt connection is generally done according to which of the following codes? So here design of connection is related to the design of bolt connection is related to the design of steel structures. So for steel structure we use IS 800 2007 and this is the IS code for the design of bolt connection. Then next question. Question number 13. Consider the following statement in respect of PERT and CPM. So consider these statement and next is which of the following given above are correct statements. So here first statement is the PERT is event oriented while CPM is activity oriented. There is a one trick I mentioned in the previous video, that CAD and second is PEP. So here CAD is C for CPM, A for activity and D for deterministic. Okay, in case of PEP, first P is PERT, second E is event, third is probabilistic approach. Okay, so first PERT is event oriented, this is correct. Second CPM is activity oriented, this is also correct. PERT is probabilistic, second CPM is deterministic, this is also correct. So first and second are correct. Then leveling and smoothing are the techniques related to resource scheduling in CPM, this is also correct. So here the option number first is correct, which is first, second and third, all the three statements are correct. Then next question. This is the chart for the PERT and CPM, differentiation between PERT and CPM. Okay, the next question is question number 14. The arrangement made to support an unsafe structure temporarily is known as support an unsafe structure temporarily is known as shoring. So first option is correct. Then next question. Question number 15. The excess of minimum available time over activity duration is called as excess of minimum time over activity duration is independent float. Okay, so this is the information related to total float, free float, independent float, and interfering float. So the excess of minimum available time is considered as independent float. The next question, question number 16. The carpet area of residential building is generally of its plinth area. First, carpet area is related to residential, and second one is for the industrial. For residential, this is 50 to 65% of carpet area, and second for industrial 60 to 75% of carpet area. So here the option second is correct, which is 50 to 65%. The next question, question number 17. Using plinth area method, estimate the construction cost of building having plinth area 15 meters square if plinth area rate is 2000 per meter. To find out the estimate or to find out the construction of cost, the formula is construction cost is equals to plinth area multiplied by plinth area rate. Plinth area rate. So here 15 meters square is a plinth area and 2000 is the plinth area rate. So the cost is 30,000. So here the option number C is correct, 30,000. Then next question. Question number 18. Calculate the year purchase for a property of useful life of 30 years and the rate of interest is 5%. Useful life is 30 years, means n is equals to 30 years. Then rate of interest is 5%. I is equals to 5%, which is equals to 0.05. Then the rate of interest for sinking fund is 3%. So IS is 3%, which is equals to 0.03. So first, to find out the year purchase, first we find out the value of S, which is sinking fund. Sinking fund is equals to IS divided by 1 plus IS raised to n minus 1. So here IS is 0.03 divided by 1 plus 0.03 raised to 30 minus 1. So this S value is equals to, this sinking fund is equals to 0.021. Then year purchase 1 divided by I plus S. So here I is rate of interest and S is the sinking fund. Rate of interest is 0.05 and S value is 0.021. So here this year purchase is nearly equal to 14. So in the option 14 is in the second option. So option number 2 is correct. The next question, question number 19. Pneumatic tired rollers are suitable for compacting. These pneumatic tired rollers are suitable for compacting this non-plastic silt and fine sand. So here option number 4 is correct, which is non-plastic silt and fine sand. And this is the table for different type of equipments and suitable for different types of soil with different nature of project. Then next is question number 20. The unit weight and viscosity of percolating fluid is reduced to 80% and 60% respectively due to rise in temperature, other things being constant, and the change in the coefficient of permeability will be. Okay, so here is one formula for coefficient of permeability. Coefficient of permeability. So the formula is K equals to C into gamma mu into E cube divided by 1 plus E into D square. So here E is void ratio, then D is the effective size of soil particles, gamma is the unit density of fluid, mu is the viscosity, and C is the constant. Okay, all the other parameters are constant, only this unit weight and viscosity changes. So here we take this K is directly proportional to gamma by mu. So K2 divided by K1 is equals to mu 2 gamma 2 into mu 1 divided by gamma 1 into mu 2. So by putting the given values into this equation, so K2 by K1 is equals to 0.8 gamma 1 into mu 1 divided by gamma 1 into 0.6 mu 1, because here in case of first unit weight and viscosity, these values are reduced to 80% and 60% respectively. So here I take gamma 1 and gamma 2 as 0.8 of gamma 1, and for mu 1 0.6 of mu 1. After calculation we get K2 by K1 is equals to 1.33, and if we calculate this value in a percentage, then K2 is increased by 33.33% than the K1 value. Okay, so here the 33.3 is available in the option number C. Option third is correct for question number 20. The next question number 21. The coefficient of volume change MV, so here MV is there, is also known as, so coefficient of volume change MV is also known as coefficient of volume compressibility. So second option is correct. The next question. Then question number 22. Calculate the lag distance for design speed 47 km per hour for two-way traffic on a single road. Assume coefficient of friction is 0.38 and reaction time of driver is 2.5 seconds. So to find out the lag distance is equals to 0.278 into V into T. So the given value is 47 for the speed and 2.5 for the time. So lag distance is equals to 32.665. Then in the question they mentioned two-way traffic on a single lane road. So for two-way traffic on single lane road, this lag distance is doubles. So twice of this lag distance, 2 into 32.665, which is equals to 65.33. So this is the answer of lag distance, and the answer is in the option number D, which is 65.28. The next question is question number 23. Extra widening of pavement provided because of off tracking is known as, so this extra widening is known as mechanical widening. So first option is correct here. Question number 24. Which of the following is not a primary air pollutant? Okay, so there are different air pollutant, primary and secondary air pollutant. Primary air pollutants are oxides of sulfur, then oxides of nitrogen, oxides of carbon, fourth is hydrocarbon, fifth one are suspended particulate matter, and last one is lead. Then secondary air pollutants are ozone, then pan is peroxyacetyl nitrate, third is formaldehyde, fourth is sulfuric acid. So these are the secondary air pollutant, and here In the question they ask which of the following is not air pollutant. So here ozone is not the air pollutant, which is not a primary air pollutant. Ozone is a secondary air pollutant. So option number third is correct here. The next question. Then last question, question number 25. Eutrophication of water bodies is caused by. So this eutrophication is caused due to excessive discharge of nutrients. So here option number second is correct. So these are the 25 questions from test series 2, and thank you for watching.